Hi, so today we're going to do a spring themed practice. This is the light practice, the basics practice. We're thinking about a few specific things when we work on the seasonal awareness for spring. There's a instinctive response to spring that urges us to clean and cleanse. When the house is cluttered, we really notice that this time of year. We feel that we can't freely move around. It's the same for the internal body, for the digestive system. We want to clear the toxins and the clutter away so that the energy can move freely. We do that with some twisting action, with bringing some heat into the center, some core work. So we're going to include some of that kind of work. We work on asana that open and engage the inner and the outer leg lines. We've touched on this with the yin spring practice. That was all about the inner and the outer leg lines that correlate with the meridians for the liver and the gall. So I've touched on that already. And then inversion or partial inversion helps us to move the toxins from the tissues and the organs in the body. It allows gravity to tug on those toxins, and again it assists the mobilization of the toxins so that we can clear them away. So we're going to work on those things. We're going to start in a semi-supine position. So you can come onto your back. You just take 1 or 2 breaths. Notice how you feel. Quite often in springtime, we notice that the energy still feels quite heavy, quite dense. And we just want to create a feeling of being lighter and brighter. So firstly, you find your breath. And then when you're ready, bring your knees in towards you, so you come into Apanasana. You hug it. So this is maybe one of the simplest ways to mobilize energy through your center, just squeezing in on your exhale and moving away on your inhale. So you squeeze the center, exhale, you move away, inhale, and squeeze in, exhale, and move away, inhale, and squeeze in, exhale. We're going to take that further today. From where you are, take a big inhalation. And as you exhale, curl your head up towards your legs. Now hold here. Support your head if you need to, but hold at the end of your exhale. So there's an external retention of breath. It's called Baya Kumbhaka. You pause here for a second. And then you inhale, lengthen the spine, lower down. And you exhale and release the tension. And then you do the same again. So the inhale is here. Exhale, you curl up. If it's possible, reach all the way for the feet, put the nose right in between your knees. Hold at the end of your exhale. Inhale whenever you need to, roll down. And exhale, release. Good. Inhale again. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, release. Good. Notice how you feel here. Very simple work, but we feel the movement of energy, a little bit of warmth in the center. And then from here, roll yourself slowly up to sitting. So nice, slow, controlled roll up. If you need an alternative, you can roll over onto your side and push yourself up. Bring yourself into an easy version of Navasana. So you find your balance on your sit bones. Stay here if this is enough. If you feel you can take your shins parallel with the floor, you can come to here, or the third version is here. Try not to collapse your back, keep your heart lifted. Take one more breath. Good. We'll come into easy cross legs. So I'm going to spin and face you guys. So Sukhasana here, with the shins crossed and maybe some support. Make sure you sit tall. The spine is long, the shoulders relax. We'll take a few rounds here of alternate nostril breathing, so it's Nadi Shodhana. You're going to use your right hand, your right thumb covers your right nostril, your ring finger covers your left, and I'll talk you through this. We'll just do a few cycles for today. So just lay your hand maybe on your chest and regulate your breathing without covering your nostrils at all. So just a long inhale for maybe 4 or 5 seconds. And a long exhale for about the same. And do that once more. Good. Now cover your right nostril with your thumb and inhale through your left. Cover the left with a ring finger, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover the right and exhale through the left. And that's one cycle. So again, inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. In left. Out right. In right. And out left. In left. Out right. In right. And out left. Do one more full cycle, so in left. Out right. in right. And out left. Again, release both hands here and see how that feels. Remember, we're just looking to feel clearer, maybe a little brighter. Good. You can put your left hand on the mat beside your left hip and raise your right arm, lengthen through your right side. And then side bend over into your left. Now try and keep your right sit bone rooting. So from your left hand, direct the energy across your pelvis and down into the right half of your pelvis as you bring your right arm over. So a lateral stretch, you open the side body. You stimulate energy here through your ascending colon. You keep the breath really clear. You come up on an inhale and you take a twist to your right as you exhale. So the spine is long, the right shoulder draws back, and you really move the breath through the center of the posture. One more breath. Coming back to your center. Right hand on the floor alongside your right hip and the left arm raises. You lengthen your left side. Inhale. And then over to your right. You press down through your left sit bone so that energy is coming from your right hand across your pelvis and down into the left half. You feel the side waist open and you feel space in between your ribs. So you take a breath or two here again. You come up on your inhale. And spinal twist as you exhale. Make sure that you are breathing fully here. So there's a tendency for the twist here to restrict the breath. You really need to send your breath all the way through the twist. And in that way we stimulate the internal body. You come back to your center. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Let the spine lengthen. Maybe set your intention for springtime. Maybe there's a quality or a virtue that you would like to cultivate. And then when you're ready, you can transition over and onto your hands and knees. So you're coming into tabletop pose. Try and make your transitions nice and smooth. Spread the hands, tuck the toes. And then as you exhale, you round your back, your tail draws under. Your chin in towards your chest, your navel towards your spine.
your inhale, you open all the way through your frontal space. Exhale again and round. And inhale and open. Now, you can make this a little bit stronger by exhaling through your mouth, like a lion's breath. And then inhale through your nose. Again, exhale. And you feel all three bandhas here, so you lift through pelvic floor, navel, spine, chin in towards chest. And then inhale again, open the front. Let's do two more, exhale. So, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Anjalandra Bandha for a second, and then inhale again. And exhale. And inhale. Lovely. Release back into child's pose just for a moment. So you sit back on your heels, your forehead comes to the floor, and just noticing if here already you feel a pulse of energy, maybe a little less heavy. I think certainly at the moment, while we are locked down and we're staying home more, it would be very easy for us to feel heavier and maybe more lethargic. So it's really good for us to stimulate this mobilization of energy. When you're ready, bring yourself up into downward facing dog. So you root through your hands, through your feet. You exhale down into the roots, you feel the rebound energy, and you come up into downward dog. Now this is a partial inversion. So your digestive system, upside down, it gives gravity here the opportunity just to tug on those toxins. Take one or two clear breaths, maybe even a lion's breath here again. So you could, those strong exhales really help us to rinse away the heavy feeling, the toxins. And you'll also feel a quality of abdominal contraction when you exhale more strongly. Then walk your feet forward towards your hands. So this is still a partial inversion here. If you need to support your forward fold, you can. If it's okay for you to drop all the way into Uttanasana, then this is fine as well. You take a few breaths here, let the shoulders drop, soften the knees if you need to, regulate your breathing. And then when you're ready, you bend the knees, press into the feet and the spine restacks slowly. So it's from the ground that we rise up and we come into our Talasana, into our mountain pose. Could you see how you feel here? Bring the hands in front of your heart. It's always good for us to really wake the feet up. So maybe take a toe raise here, a sky mountain pose. You need to anchor down through your tail, draw your abdomen in towards your spine, keep your pelvis aligned, press the toe roots and come directly up and into the crown of your head. See if you can Just abide there for a moment or two. It's a great strengthener for your feet and ankles. And then lower down your heels. Good. We'll take the arms up and you're going to take your right wrist in your left hand. I'm just going to spin so you can see more clearly what I'm doing here. So right wrist in left hand, you root down through your right foot and you take a side bend again. So you want to feel that the energy is moving in both directions. Down into that right foot, all the way up and over, opening your right side. Nice clear breath. You know, the ribs fan open. Good. We come up, we change the hands, so left wrist in the right hand. Take a big inhale and lengthen, and then exhale. And go over the other way. And breathe into the left side. Lovely. When you're ready, press both feet, come up. And then exhale. And bring the hands back in and towards your center. So we start to move with the breath. On the inhalation, the arms come all the way up. You lengthen through both sides of your waist. On your exhale, you fold downward and forward. And take your exhalation all the way to its conclusion here. So you empty fully. You feel the abdomen squeezing in as you complete your exhale, and then you inhale and you open your frontal space. You bring your breastbone forward. Your fingertips can be on the floor, or you can bring your fingertips to your shins here. Try and open all the way through navel center. And then exhale and squeeze down again. And again, remember to take your exhale all the way through to the very, very end. And then inhale, coming all the way up. So you reach up on your inhale. And then exhale, come back in towards your center. We're going to do that again. So you inhale. Exhale forward. Inhale, frontal space. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to the center. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. This is a really nice practice for you to take outside this time of year, out into your garden. So again, inhale, come up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift the heart open. Exhale, now this is different. Bend the knees and lower the sit bones. You're not going to take your sit bones lower than your knees, so it's just a sort of partial squat. Find the feet here. And then when you feel that you're ready, you come up and into Utkatasana. Now just bring the hands in front of your heart to start with. Check your pelvic alignment. So our tendency is maybe to sway the lower back a little bit, and that allows the abdominals to soften and collapse. You want to draw your tail not under so that you're rounding your back, but just reaching down until you feel a firming in your lower belly. You feel that your pelvis is stable, neutral, and then you're going to take the arms up. So you're just bringing some strength and energy into your legs in Utkatasana. Make sure you're not bunching your shoulders up around your ears, but drop your shoulders down. Take another breath. Lovely. On your exhale, fold forward. And on your inhale, lift the heart, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the feet back, downward facing dog. So you're back in the partial inversion. We'll take a couple of really good breaths here. And remember, you can exhale more strongly through the mouth, like a lion's breath. Really clear away that old, heavy, stagnant energy. When you're ready, ripple through into plank. Now, if this is too much, you know you can put your knees down, modify, take a half plank. One more breath. Good. Lower down to the floor. We're coming into our Sphinx pose. So the first thing we do is we lengthen, we elongate. So you reach back through your toes. And then you bring yourself up and onto your forearms. You draw your heart forward and you open through your belly space. So you're just stretching out through your abdomen. Really nice clear breaths here. Now, spinal extension tends to create a feeling of energy, vitality. Feel that you bring the inhales all the way up towards the crown of your head. And as you exhale, you rinse away towards your tail. Another couple of breaths. Maybe one more. Good. You lower down and sit back towards your heels. So you come into a child's pose here. All the way back. Reach your arms forward. So again, we open through the sides of the body. Rest your head down. Nice clear breath. I think clear breathing is maybe the easiest way for us just to awaken and mobilize our energy. Just breathing a little more deeply. Open through your right side. So you bring both hands over to the left. Try not to ring here. So the tendency is that the right shoulder and the right side ribs maybe pop up a little bit. Try and drop the right side ribs down, drop the right shoulder down. Glue this right hand to the floor and then maybe just lean into your right side ribs a little bit. So you really feel the opening. And then you pull the breath into the right side as well. And each time you exhale, there's a little cleansing, release of toxins. And on the exhale breath, you come back through to your center and both hands come over to the other side. So you open the left side, and again, the tendency is here to lift this side. Try and drop it down if you can, and then lean into your left side ribs. So you feel opening through your left side, and then bring the breath. So you feel the ribs open as you inhale. You come back into your center and just lengthen here, reach the arms forward, drop the head down, and you can feel the extra space, I think, through the sides of your body here. Right up and towards the armpits. More spacious, more lateral space. Good. When you're ready from here, you can come over and onto your back again. So you come into the semi-supine position. And we'll just work on these leg lines a little before we finish. So your right ankle onto your left knee, reclined pigeon pose, dorsiflex your right foot, really open your right hip. Now some of us might want to stay here, take this, this modification, this version, or you can bring the legs in towards you and hold around the back of your thigh. Alternatively, if this brings a lot of stress into your shoulders, you could bring this left foot onto a wall so you're supported there, and then you can just relax your arms. You don't want to do it this way without supporting your foot or your leg, because you'll be bringing a lot of tension into your hip flexors here. So either left foot on a wall or support with your hands, or left foot on the floor, and draw in and open that right hip. You can take another breath here. Very good. You can release your left foot to the floor and then your right foot to the floor. We'll stay with the right side. Move the hips over to the right, so it's a lift up and a budge over to the right, and bring your knees over to the left. So nice easy spinal twist. If you need support, you can use a block or a cushion underneath your legs. Use your elbows just to help you adjust your upper back and your shoulders. You're shrugging that left shoulder out from underneath you, and then you open up through your right arm. So there's this lovely sort of diagonal opening all the way through, opening through your outer right hip and thigh. You can tease that out a little bit with your left hand if you like, just firmly stroking from the right hip towards the knee. And then again, keep the breath clear. Make sure there's no stress in your neck. Good. You're coming back up to the center, so use the right foot and then the left foot. Bring yourself back onto the midline. And just take your reclined pigeon pose to the other side. So it's your left ankle on your right thigh, dorsiflex your left foot. Remember the variations here. You can keep your right foot on the floor, right foot on a wall, or you can thread it through. So that's left hand through the gap, hands joined together behind your right thigh, behind your hamstrings, and you squeeze the legs in. There's a propensity to tip towards the side that you're working on. So in this case, towards the left. It's kind of easier space there. Try and keep it as much as you can in the center. And then big breaths that move down towards your pelvic space. Another long inhale. Long exhale. For one more. Good. Releasing, feet to the floor. The hips lift and move over to the left. And then the knees come over to the right. You know, you can use your block again underneath your legs if you need some support. You shrug the right shoulder out from underneath you, open up through the left arm. If you have an issue with your shoulder, you know, you keep the arm lower, or you rest the hand maybe on the ribs for softer version. If your shoulder is way up in the air, it can really help to put support under the legs, and then the intensity of the twist lessens, and maybe that shoulder will relax all the way down. So play a little bit until you find the version that works for you, and then you take nice expansive inhales. Again, a little cleanse with each exhale. Good. Use the feet. Bring yourself back to the center. Maybe check again your alignment, your midlines. I'll give you a couple of options here. You can hug your knees in, just very simple Apanasana for a few breaths. Maybe mobilize the energy again by squeezing in on your exhale and moving away on your inhale. Okay, so this is your easier option. The second variation is to come into an easy shoulder stand for a few breaths. So this brings you into inversion again. So it's a really nice stimulation for the digestive system, the internal organs. If you have to launch into shoulder stand, so if you have to swing your legs to gain enough momentum to get you off the floor, maybe don't do it. If you're coming into shoulder stand, you need to be able to lift through your center, to press into your arms and to come into it slowly so that you can feel if there is any discomfort or pressure or pain in your neck and your upper back. So if you're not sure about this, wait until we're together again in a class and take this option instead. If you've been doing this with me in classes, you feel confident, you lift the hips, nice and slow, and you bring yourself just into a light version of shoulder stand. The hips just resting there on the hands, the legs zipped up and active. And then you take a few breaths. If you feel pressure or discomfort in your neck or your upper back, you know, you can come down. And take a few breaths. So again, just giving gravity a moment or two to tug on the toxins that are maybe deep in the tissues of your body. When you come down from here, come down slowly. So your hands just rest on the floor. You use your abdomen, your arms to slow down your descent from the pose, and we all come into this Apanasana for a moment. We just hug in, maybe cradle rock. You might just want to roll the head side to side. Be sure that you've not brought any tension into your neck. You can bring yourself down and into your relaxation from here. So maybe stretch out your legs if that doesn't feel good. If it pinches your lower back, you can keep your legs bent, or put a bolster or a pillow underneath the backs of your thighs. Let the eyes close. We'll stay here for a few moments together. Feel that with each inhalation, you're nourishing your body. With each exhalation, you're releasing the toxins on your exhale breath. These practices, they really help to get the energy moving, to start the processes of cleansing. We also need to be mindful that we're drinking enough water. Maybe try and eat cleanly, will help your body to cleanse. And then the toxins can move out through the skin, through the exhale breath, and through the processes of elimination. And we should feel that we then emerge into springtime just feeling a little bit lighter and brighter, less heavy. You clear away those dull feelings. Now you can stay in your relaxation for as long as you like. When you feel ready, you can bring yourself up to sitting, but very, very slowly. Take time just to take a big breath and inhale. Acknowledge how you feel. Move your fingers, move your toes, stretch your arms and legs. You might like to take some time on one side, just again noticing how you feel. And then when you're ready, you find a seated position that's good for you. And again, here, if you would like to stay for longer, take a meditation at the end of your practice, that would be nice too, depending on how much time you have. When you close, you bring your hands together in front of your heart, and maybe again, just refresh your intentions for springtime. Make a commitment to taking those intentions off the mat as well, continuing your practice. Take a bow forward when you're ready. Namaste. Thank you.